Paul Hoeprich, a new teacher at Desert Edge, also has a strange and unique hobby that not many people know about.
Is Paul Hoeprich, and I guess you'd call me a vintage scooterist or something like that.
Hoeprich got interested in these Italian bikes in college, which led to an interest in not only scooters, but also mod culture.
And the mods were able to purchase these bikes because they were affordable, and they had jobs because an entire generation was wiped out in World War II in England. And so there were a lot of vacancies, and for the first time, teenagers had money.
Having this reliable transportation evolved into a subculture.
They could go to parties, and they were kind of into soul music from America, and then their own music kind of developed out of there. Bands like The Who, maybe the Beatles, that's arguable, the Stones, the Kinks, a lot of the 60s British bands, the Yardbirds, which became Led Zeppelin. So all kind of came out of this youth movement of the mods.
However, while the music spread a bit throughout Europe, the bikes were mostly still local, never really leaving England. This was until the revival in the 70s and 80s.
In the late 70s, The Who made a movie called Quadrophenia, and that movie sparked kind of a revival in the late 70s, 79, 80, and it really grew in America at that time. And kids got these scooters, which were affordable at that time, and they would go to ska concerts and punk shows and mod music, and kind of it developed its own subculture. It's not just about the bikes.
Hoeprich has studied this culture intensively and has learned a lot, but he is not just book smart. He owns 3 himself.
Yeah, so currently I have 3 bikes. I got a 1966 Vespa Sprint, which is a really cool bike. One I've been wanting for a long time, finally got enough money together to get one. And I have a P125X, which is a bike from like late 70s, one of the last shifter models that they made. And then I have a frame that I hope to build with my son.
Just like most hobbies for Mr. Hoeprich, this is a nice hobby that helps him relax.
Yeah, I think I'll always be into scootering. It's really just a fun thing, if I have the kids are stressing me out at work, I can come home, hop on my bike, ride around a little bit, and all the worries and cares go away, and I de-stress, and I'll be ready to come back and teach another day.
However, the mod culture, once again, is dying. Most people like Hoeprich, who love them in their 20s, are all pushing their 40s, and age demographic is going up.
I really wish there were more more young people getting into it, because when I first got into it, there were a large group in their 20s, but no new people have come in really, and now us who were in our 20s when we started this are now in pushing 40 or mid 40s, and I've seen at the rallies the age of the crowd is just getting older and older and older. Pretty soon we'll all be in wheelchairs and we'll have to sell our scooters anyway, so maybe teenagers can get a deal on them then, I don't know.
However, this does not stop Hoeprich from trying to help young people join this culture, and plans on building a scooter with his son someday.
And I have a frame that I hope to build with my son, so that'll be fun. So he'll be zipping around, maybe he'll ride it to school, I don't know.
For DETV, this is Von Hoeprich.